Like many here among us, he comes from humble beginnings, the son of shopkeepers who have persevered and hailed him to the success he now enjoys. Despite his professional success and high national profile, he has never forgotten his background, nor has he turned his back on his community and by extension, his country. The Honorable Prakash Ramadhar received his secondary education at Presbyterian College, Chaguanas, from where he moved on to the University of the West Indies, where he impressively obtained his LLB degree with honors. He furthered his law studies right here in Trinidad and Tobago, attending the Huberding Law School, St. Augustine, and was called to the bar as a practicing lawyer in 1987. He is considered one of Trinidad and Tobago's most talented and well-respected attorneys at law, known as the no-nonsense practitioner by reputation, a trait that we all recognize even more now in his political convictions. Minister Ramadhar was first elected to the House of Representatives on May 24, 2010, in the 10th Republican Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. He serves our country with the highest morals and dedication as he lends an unmistakable voice to ensuring that checks and balances are kept within the government of Trinidad and Tobago. He currently serves as the political leader of the Congress of the People and as Minister of Legal Affairs of Trinidad and Tobago. It gives me the greatest honor and pleasure to introduce someone who is a dedicated son, husband, and father, a role model for the youths of our Twin Island Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to deliver the morning's feature address, I invite you to stand as we warmly welcome Minister, the Honorable Prakash Ramadhar.
Please have your seats. Good morning, everyone. Principal Mohammed, Ms. Sadafal, Pastor Muno, Ramon, and of course our supervisor, Ms. Francis, our beloved Zakia. Let me just say I'm having one of the best days ever in my life. When I got up this morning in the rain, as you know, I'm a member of Parliament for St. Augustine, which is flood proof. I was very worried, as I always am, that maybe the floods are upon us. I had an engagement at the University of the West Indies this morning where I had to speak, I had to come here. And I have many other meetings which as soon as I finish I should have to attend. And I thought, oh God, this is going to be difficult. But coming here has basically allowed me to transport myself back to when I was graduating. But you know what? In those days, we didn't have graduations. When we had, you pass your common entrance, and if you get your first choice, and in those days, Ms. Francis, you might remember, scholarship. Yeah? In those days, the top 100 students, if I remember, used to get something called a scholarship. $24. A lot of money there, but still not a lot of money. But the honor that it brought, you're looking forward to that. So Ms. Belgrave, I want to tell you something. You have a name that suggests seriousness and everything else, but you have a smile that lights up a room. So that to have a person like you being a guidance counselor or whatever term you call it, but to be a leader to these children like every other member of staff is really a gift that you give to them. I want to tell you that I feel today as excited as I was when my common entrance results came out that morning, and my teacher, Mr. Francis McCool, is no longer with us. It was very special to me. What they didn't tell you, I went to Freeport Presbyterian School. And I have an affinity, Mr. Daffel, to Presbyterian schools in particular, because I was born Hindu, still am, went to Presbyterian school that nurtured not your religion as much as who you are as a person. Didn't try to convert you, but told you what is right and introduced you to the love of Jesus Christ and the teachings. I went to a Roman Catholic school, Presbyterian College in Chaguanas, and the same thing happened. And that is the beauty about Trinidad and Tobago. That we have different religions, we have different races, but up till now, we have been able to live in wondrous harmony and peace. Now, I didn't come here to speak to the adults more than the children. But children, I want you to stand up and turn around to your parents and thank them by a round of applause, please. The reason I ask you to do that is that sometimes we take for granted our parents, but we never really appreciate some of the struggles that they have to undergo. Life in Trinidad could be hard. Earning a livelihood, going to work, providing for your family is not easy. But they are here today because you are here today. And if it was not for them, you wouldn't be here. And if it were not for you, they would not be here. And I want you to really understand that everything in life that you do, you have a debt, meaning that you owe, first of all, your parents. Where they have one, and some, not necessarily this class, they have none. But because of those who have come before you, you are here. And every citizen of this country must understand that. We did just happen. And the reason I'm telling you this is that sometimes we believe, some of us are selfish and believe that we owe nothing to anybody else. Now you heard the most wonderful introduction the chairman gave to me. And I feel almost special. Almost. But you are more special than you ever imagined. But in your specialness, always be grateful. You could not be assured, like any one of us, Ms. Francis, because when I heard you, I said I have nothing more to add to what you told us. That you cannot fail, or a person will not fail. You cannot beat a person who will not give up. Have gratitude for everything that you have and every opportunity that is given to you. Let me just tell you that in this room, in this graduating class, some may be better than others at this time in English, some might be better in maths, some might be better in dance, some might be better in music or whatever. Each of you have special talents. Some of it may not have yet been seen. You don't even know what talent you may have. Your duty is to find your talent. Your duty is to be the best that you can be. And I want to give you a little secret as to how you can be the best you can be. When I walked into this school, this beautiful little place, I saw what I grew up with. A sign up there, what you sow is what you reap. Let us take a moment and understand what that means. If you plant corn to grow, because I understand you have a very healthy agricultural sector there, do not expect to grow fish from the corn. Just remember that. So if you want to succeed in life, you have to do the necessary things to succeed. Do not expect it to just come. Many of us buy lotto regularly in the hope that we'll win the lotto. I do, but only when it costs 3 million. Yeah. We cannot depend on luck alone. But if you do the right things and you prepare yourself, like your speech, Zakia, you took time to prepare it, didn't you? And you delivered it beautifully. And I want to say, what you did today, all your friends, and you in particular, and your family, will forever remember this moment because you were able to produce something that we are all proud of. I never met you before, I love you. Because you lifted me like you've lifted everybody else here. And that didn't come because you just stand up. Well, I don't prepare for anything because I have years and years of the ability to stand before a crowd and speak. But that came from preparation. I don't have to write it down. But you took your time and you delivered what you wanted to deliver, and you succeeded. How many of you want to be doctors? How many of you want to be lawyers? Put up your hands. Right? I'm going to go through a list. How many of us want to be patriots? They're probably. You know what a patriot is? A person who loves their country. A person who loves the people of the country. And I know that all young people are like that. You can put it down. Remember, I started off telling you what you have to be grateful for everything you have. And all those who went before us. When they say Columbus discovered Trinidad, there were other people here already. But since that time, Trinidad and Tobago has developed in a way, the roads to get to here didn't just happen. People build that. This school, which I understand from your principal, needs to be extended, didn't just happen. Somebody built that. And therefore we have to owe all of them. Now, what will you do to repay the debt or the gratitude for what has gone before? And what you do is this. And Mr. Francis, I already tell you took away everything I wanted to say. Be the best you can be in anything that you do. Whether you want to be a teacher, be the best possible teacher. If you want to be a doctor, be the best possible doctor. You want to be a lawyer, you want to be an engineer, you want to be a sportsman. As you know, Brian, I'm not too far from here. And in this room, I want to tell you, there are future leaders. I can sense it. And leaders don't mean just in politics. Not everybody could become a Prasad Minister, but we may have one of you who wish to be Prime Minister. Pursue that dream. Whatever dream you have, you can make it happen. People have said they can't predict the future. That might be true to some extent. But yes, you can make the future you want happen by doing the things necessary to prepare for the future that you want. Forgive me for saying, I believe not in religion as much as I believe in God. And God, whatever name you want to call it, even if you don't want to call God God, and you want to call it a higher energy, a higher awareness, a higher power, each and every one, and this goes to the parents more, and then to the children, because this society needs to understand that there is no limit to evil. Understand what I just said? And there is no limit to goodness. You have to choose. And if you choose to do good things, things that help, and to be true patriots, then you have God on your side, that higher power. And there is no limit to what each and every one of us can do. And to the children, this little place called Trinidad and Tobago, I went to school, Presbyterian College, and sitting next to me was a fellow by the name of Sanjeev Siriram. He's the brightest human being I ever met. Little boy from Chaguanas. He won the president's silver. He won the president's gold medal. He got an open scholarship. He went off, he taught at MIT, which is one of the highest renowned institutions of science in this world. Little boy from Chaguanas. He taught there. And guess what? And I'm sure parents will all have to listen to this. Everybody wanted to be an astronaut at one time or the other. Right? You all know about NASA? Spaceship and all this. He was working there, designing missions to Mars. A little boy from Trinidad and Tobago. Who here doesn't want to be the greatest in anything in this world? Anybody here doesn't want to be the greatest? No, of course not. The point I'm making is that you can be the greatest in anything you set your heart and mind to. Once you do the work, God will be on your side to help you with anything, any difficulty you may have. When you walked in, you all came in with candles. Do you remember? Some of you I saw the breeze blew and some of the lights went out. What I also saw is that in the hands of others, the candles did not go out. And what did some of you do? You relit. You light back the candle from that lit candle. The message today for me is that even in difficult times, when you feel you're down and out, and your light may feel that it has been out there. And I heard it in the song, everything is almost spiritual to me today. When he said the future does not appear so scary when you share it with a friend. What you have here with your family and your community is that even in the hard times when you think things are not good and your light is out, you have friends, you have people who love you, who will help you light back your light. Life is not always going to be easy, as you've been warned. Primary school is the sweetest experience you will ever have. As you go into the secondary schools and you go to the wider world, there are people who will smile with you and be your friend. They will tell you so. But they will influence you in the worst possible way. These are the dangers of the modern society. Internet good because you get all kind of information there, you get all kind of nastiness on it too. You have to decide what you want in your future, whether you want goodness or badness. You want to be a success or a failure. And in everything you do, ask yourself the question, is it going to make my mommy and daddy proud? Is it going to make my principal, my teacher proud? Or is it going to bring shame to them? So the influences that you will meet, the friends that you may create in the future, always be very wary of where they want to take you, what message they bring to you, and what it is that you want. Do not be led by others. You should lead them. Because you've been well brought up, I can see this. I can see you've been loved, you've been cared for, you've been well educated, principal. I congratulate you and thank you for that. You have the greatest tools available. Nothing in the world will be a challenge you will not overcome. Have that faith, have that belief. And together, you are the next generation. This generation's duty is to ensure that what you have received today is made better for you as you go into tomorrow. I'm speaking as a politician. I came into politics not for the sake of anything other than to make sure I can be better for you. Because when my child was born, I used to talk a lot and complain about everything. But when I held her, it became real, and I knew that talk alone is not enough. And I have a terrible thing happen to me. Every time I see a child, I see my own. The reason I say it's terrible, it is because I cannot stop working and wishing against all of the odds to make this place so much better for her as my own child and for you as my own children. We need to understand that the society has to give love to the children at every level, and we work towards that. It will be difficult. But I want you to ask yourself, in fact, answer me today. Do you feel love in your heart for your school? Do you feel love in your heart for your teachers? Do you feel love in your heart for your parents? Do you feel love in your heart for your country? Well, then you cannot feel. God bless you all. I look forward to seeing you in your success. I hope to live a bit longer. So as you move forward and you become successes in your lives, I will remember you, and I hope to remember my message and know that there is no challenge you will not be able to overcome. Be leaders, be great people, make this nation great. God bless you.
Thank you very, very much for a most thought-provoking and inspirational message to our graduating class and all achievers of Santa Cruz Presbyterian Primary School.
On behalf of the principal and everyone here present at Santa Cruz Presbyterian, we would like to thank you for taking the time coming here today. I am sure our students and everyone here present will remember your message of appreciation and of working hard and of never letting your lights blow out. And I'm sure they will remember today and your presence, because I am certainly honored to be with you, and it's a great honor for me to present this to you. A small token on behalf of everyone.
Now I feel like a real cheat because I came here. I'm honestly telling you, I feel it's one of the best days of my life. And to get a gift to boot, I really feel like Christmas. Christmas in June. Oh, could I be permitted just to say another thing? A little secret. My wife loves Christmas. Everything is about Christmas. And we were going through a difficult period because I had gone into politics and things were getting, a little tough. You like them. And you know what we decided? Every single day could feel like Christmas. So what we did, put on the air conditioner on high, put on decorations, paint Christmas cards in June. It was in June. And that was the best Christmas, so that you could create the happiness you want because you wanted to be happy. Don't let anybody else determine whether you should be happy. Make your happiness. God bless you.